All right, guys, quick question. What kind of belt are you wearing? Not just EDC, but range belt as well. For me, the only belt is this guy right here, the Core belt. Now, I like these belts. I have several different kinds of their EDC belts that I use daily. This one here is their battle belt. I've got this one set up for range use. I really enjoy this. There is no belt that is more comfortable than Core. There is no belt that is more adjustable than Core. There's no belt that is easier to take on and off than Core. Hell, Core is so great, they decided to give you guys a discount. I'll go ahead and leave that down below in the description. If you want a belt that's going to last you a lifetime and be as comfortable as it gets, you got to get one of these Core belts. Now for today's video, the question is, how much louder is the ported Hellcat Pro versus the stock Hellcat Pro? Well, I don't have a stock Hellcat Pro barrel at the moment. It is off with my spare Hellcat Pro slide with Floyd's getting cut, but what I do have is the Apex threaded barrel, so I can go ahead and compare sound from this and the ported barrel, and we'll just see what happens. This isn't going to be the most scientific test in the world. I downloaded a decibel meter to my phone. We're going to set that up and just kind of see what exactly the difference is between the two. Mind you, you may get different results than I get as far as the decibels go. Here in the shooting spot where I'm at, I'm kind of in a little bit of a bowl. I've got rock walls basically the whole way around me, so there's a lot of echo. Should be an interesting little test. Going to be a short video, but let's do it. Okay, we're going to start off with the threaded barrel for the Hellcat Pro. This, as I said, is the Apex threaded barrel. Here we go. Okay, so I've swapped over to the ported barrel on the Hellcat Pro. The decibel meter shows that it's topped out at 112 decibels. I don't know if that's the max for this thing or if that's just as loud as that got, but you know what? We're going to find out right now. That says 113. I'm not sure that I'm fully convinced. So I took a little time, I looked over the numbers, I did a little bit of research into decibel meters, and it appears as though doing this the right way and the most accurate way is really going to cost some money. A decent enough and accurate enough meter that's going to work well for comparing the ported and non-ported Hellcat Pro barrels, it's going to cost a pretty penny, and it is on my wish list now. Hopefully I'll be able to get something soon that's going to work well for doing these tests, not just for the Hellcat Pro, but as a lot of you know, I did port the M&P Metal Competitor. Also, spoiler alert, the Springfield Echelon hopefully will be home in the next 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. That one's being ported right now, so you know, I'd like to test the sound level between stock and ported configuration with that as well. This has been a fun little exercise, even if not 100% fruitful. Through my research, it looks like most 9mm should register at about 159 to 160 decibels. Now obviously, a phone app isn't going to be anywhere near as accurate as a meter that's going to cost several $100s. I was, however, hoping to get a little bit closer than where we got. I did several tests while we were out there. The ported barrel seemed to get right around 112 decibels each time, whereas the ported barrel ran 113 to 114 each time. Obviously, both of those numbers should be higher than that, considering that the average sound level for 9mm is right at about 160 decibels. Looking back, I probably should have been taking single shots instead of, 10 consecutive shots in a row. That's my bad. Next time I will go ahead and do single shots. But looking into the decibel meter that I had loaded on my phone, it looks like it maxes out at 130 decibels, which even at 130 is still 30 away from reaching what a 9mm should be. Now, I don't think taking multiple shots really changed the sound level of what was being read, but I do think that using a expensive sound meter is going to make a huge difference in what the end results are. Now, as soon as I can find a decibel meter that's going to handle the volume levels of gunfire and not break the bank, I'm going to go ahead and do this test all over again. I'm going to make sure that I do it in various different configurations to make sure that we have the most data humanly possible. I'm also going to make sure that I put together kind of a spreadsheet of data, everything from, which barrels I'm using to different ammo, 115, 124, and I'm going to go ahead and keep that information available on my website. As soon as I get all that stuff configured and that project going, I'll make sure that you guys know, and I'll have it posted up for those of you that are interested. Now, is the Hellcat Pro ported louder than stock? Well, the answer to that most definitely is yes. Unfortunately, I was not able to put an accurate number to that. Is it so much louder than stock that it doesn't make sense to port your Hellcat Pro? Personally, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it's louder, but the reduction in recoil that you get from the Floyd's custom shop porting, I think, is worth that extra sound level. Now, speaking of porting, you guys know I have 2 of these Hellcat Pros. Now, I already said my Echelon is out there at Floyd's. My second Hellcat Pro is also out at Floyd's, getting ready to be wrapped up so it can come home. This gun right here, it has both the top and side porting. My other Hellcat Pro, it's getting just the side ports done. For those of you that are wondering, that's the Enforcer porting, whereas this one here, where it's the top and sides, that's the Commander. I've got a lot of stuff planned here. I'm going to be doing a lot of comparisons between the 2 porting styles to see which one, has better recoil reduction. I want to do some sound testing. I want to do some accuracy testing, some velocity testing. Again, I'm going to need a good quality decibel meter. So if anybody has any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Don't leave a direct link because YouTube will probably just delete your comment. I need a decibel meter that is accurate and reasonably priced. It's got to go up to at least 160 decibels. Otherwise, it's not going to work out for this. So again, you know what? Sorry guys. Sorry we didn't get more data out of this video. But you know what? Not every video or idea pans out the way that it was expected during the planning phase. This video just so happens to be one of those, but it was a good lesson learned for myself at the very least. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here real soon.